Hey, welcome to an episode of 𝐎𝐨𝐵 Reviews. Got a local, I mean, I bought it local. It's brewery's not local. This is, just saw this brewery at this beer store not too far from me. It's called oozlefinch. If I can, I can't. They're out of Charlotte, North Carolina, right? No, Fort Monroe, Virginia. Okay, I don't know what brewery I was thinking of. This innovative agitator. They're calling it a Belgian style blonde. I think it's at 6% ABV. Yep, 6%. I don't know if you saw the thumbnail, but this did have a head when I poured it, but now it's in the glass here. And first of all, even though it's dark out and it's night, and they're calling this a blonde, that is so amber orange almost. And the head completely faded. So that is not a good sign, and it's rather cloudy. Give it a whiff. Well, it does have, pretty standard Belgian aromatics here. There's definitely, kind of a banana clovey kind of thing. Has almost like a sweet kind of candy presence to it. I don't know if they use Belgian candy syrup in this or whatever, but I would call it's definitely more sweet. I am not getting like peppery phenols or anything like that. I mean, I'm just getting like it's a little bit of banana, a little bit bready or wheaty. It's not super aromatic. As far as hops go, I mean, if they're using like noble hops, that may be a little bit spicy, but there's no canning date on here. But I think when we got it at the store, it's right here, canned on May 18th. So wow, it's like not even 2 months old. So surprising, fresh beer, and it doesn't look fresh, but let's see if it tastes fresh. Cheers. Wow, it's got a tartness to it. Almost kind of tastes like apple juice or a little cidery, which is not a good sign. That's usually a sign of infection. And they're not calling this a wild beer, as far as I know. I mean, I guess I could go on the website and look it up, but I shouldn't have to. I mean, if it's a wild beer, say it on the can, say it on the packaging. Yeah, so kind of like the aroma, definitely some Belgian-y banana kind of esters there. That kind of general candy kind of flavor to it. It almost kind of reminds me of like a Red Bull or Monster or something like that, like the standard straight recipe, like nothing, flavored or whatever. Mouthfeel is surprisingly thin, especially for 6%, and it's not very well carbonated. Like when I poured it, the head just fizzled away in like maybe 10 seconds, like a soda. Actually makes that same noise or sound, just that. And I don't know where they're coming from calling this a Belgian blonde. And the color is like way too dark, and so a dark color would make me think like they're throwing like way too much toasted malt in here, or like if this is somebody's homebrew, I would say they probably use liquid malt extract, but I can't imagine a production brewery would use liquid malt extract. I don't have the Belgian blonde guidelines in front of me, but a Belgian blonde, the most famous example is probably Leffe. I mean, it's owned by AB InBev, so you can get it pretty much anywhere now, and like that's actually a really good beer. But this is like nowhere near that. I mean, I guess with the color, you could probably call it a Belgian pale. But even then, I mean, I don't know. To me, this tastes very, very amateur. So to me, this is like I thought I was drinking somebody's homebrew, not from a production brewery. I will say, as far as taste goes, there's nothing like really offensive about it. Like, there's a little bit of tart, kind of like I said, kind of like a cidery thing in there. But to me, it tastes fine. It's not sour or, spoiled taste or anything like that. I mean, but it just doesn't. tastes like what it's supposed to be. Like just looking at it and tasting it, I'm like, I don't know what this brewery was going for, but they didn't hit it. And like there's a problem with the carbonation. I mean, this beer has a very thin body for 6% ABV. It finishes way too clean too. So, yeah, this is surprisingly not a good beer, which is a shame because I've been seeing a lot of pictures, of this brewery at this beer store. They're carrying so much of it. I was like, wow, this brewery must be good if they're carrying so much of it. I guess a lot of people want it, but no, this is not very good. BJC P specs, I think this is 25 to 28. This is definitely less than a 30. It might even be less than 25 if I was really going by specs. Untapped, same thing. I think I go 2.5. I might go 3 just because, well, maybe I go 3. I would go somewhere between 2.5 and 3. Check me on Untapped. Because it is drinkable. And it's actually a little refreshing. But yeah, there's a tang to it that I don't think is supposed to be there. And it just, I don't know. I just, as a certified beer judge, I can just tell there's something wrong with this. Wow, we're up to 4 viewers, and I'm just about to wrap this up. So, all right, well, sorry this beer is kind of lame. If you've had it or any beers from this brewery, let me know. And hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.